I think nowadays it's much more difficult for us to rely solely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, despite the fact that we've done whatever is needed to be done and we've even prayed. You'd find people or even youth going the extra mile to do things that are not supposed to be done just because they have this doubt in absolute relying on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is just like in the case of a student who have read enough and have covered everything they are supposed to cover in their syllabus, taking the exams. You would find out that they are still cheating. Why cheat if you know that you've done whatever you're supposed to do and you're solely reliant on Allah? Allah wouldn't allow your hard work go in vain. Just as He has said in the Quran verse, Inna Allah la yudhi'u ajral muhsinin. That is, He wouldn't make a waste of the act of a good doer. So if you've done everything in your capacity to see that you have achieved the dunya, even as well as the akhirah, do not mind. Allah wouldn't let you down. Now, taking a reference to Surah Al-Qasas, in the beginning of Surah Al-Qasas, there is the story of Musa alayhi salam, who is the prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? He was given birth to at a time when babies were being executed, because there is a third baby that is meant to be the downfall of the king of them, who happened to be the Pharaoh, that is Fir'aun. And they happen to be killing every male baby that has been born during that time. But what happened? We still know that Musa grew up, right? And he grew up even in the palace. How did this come? This was solely because of his mommy's his mom's reliance on Allah. She was inspired by Allah to keep him into a basket and then allow him to go on the sea, which she did. And Allah, knowing that Allah keeping His promise to say He would never let the good doers' deeds go in vain, He made sure to take care of Musa alayhi salam, and that is how he got picked up by the servants of the king. And then he was taken back home, and Allah knows His ways. He always knows His ways. Even if something is happening in your life that you think there is no way I'm gonna win, do not talk like that, because Allah always have a way when we think there is no way. Because you see, after even taking the baby to the palace, how on earth would they be blinded by the love of this baby? It was solely because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kept in the love of this baby, especially in their hearts, and blinded their wisdom to think this baby could even be the one to harm the king. So also they continued to kill babies, but they kept this one. Why this one? This one that they never knew where it is coming from. And Allah brought back this baby to its mom in the form of she being his caretaker. And that was when they begin to look for someone to breastfeed the baby, and he rejected all the breast milks that were offered to him. And that was when his sister, whom was asked by his mom to secretly follow the basket through the side of the river just to see who picks the baby or what happens to the basket, then went to this the king's place and informed them that there is a woman that could maybe be a better fit to breastfeed the baby. Why don't they try her, since this baby is rejecting other women? And that is how she became the caretaker of her own child, and is even being paid again for taking care of her child. This is the promise of Allah, and He has fulfilled it. So you should know that Allah would never let you down. Even if you can't see the way, Allah knows His way, and He always has His way. Take the story of Yusuf alayhi salam. He too, within the span of 40 years, everything is against him. He will be taken to this place thinking, okay, this is the refuge now. He has been picked after being dumped in a well. He was thinking this is the refuge. They sold him off also. And then he was taken to the king's house. There he began his life and was happy with the home. All of a sudden, something still happened. He was being slandered by the queen and was taken to prison. What would you think? This is the end now, since he's been in prison. Allah made something still happen. Just go and read the whole story of Surah Al-Yusuf. The whole Surah Al-Yusuf is the story of Yusuf alayhi salam from the beginning to the end. This is an exclusive story, and you need to read the whole of that. You would know how Allah would never let you down. And this is it. All this time, with everything happening, he never lost hope. He never said that Allah have left me, Allah have abandoned me, despite the fact that I'm a good person. No, bad things happen to good people, but that is just in the eyes of men. Because in the real sense, more profoundly, they aren't actually bad things. They are things that are meant to take that good person to a better place. Just as the case of Yusuf, had all these obstacles not come his way, there's no how he's going to be elevated to be even the minister in a foreign land. So just know that even if everything is going against you now, still rely on Allah. It took 40 years for Yusuf to realize the dream that Allah had for him, to elevate him as such. So make sure you rely on Allah, and of course, part of relying on Allah, make sure you follow Reliance Academy. You would not be disappointed, inshallah. They post daily contents there. They are an amazing channel, an amazing group of youth, mashallah. They are beginning now with the Ramadan series, and of course, they are very consistent. You can check out their channels. They post every day. I hope you enjoy this. Meet you in our next video, and also meet you at Reliance Academy for much more of contents like this and even much more. So love you guys. Assalamu alaikum.